Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Dr. Francis. Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Good afternoon. How's everything?
Very well, sir. Happy Sunday.
Wish you the same. Afternoon, Chile. Where's everybody? Drop on the group that we're about to start.
Okay. I will just make a post on the group now.
All right. Anyways, before the others join, where did we stop last?
I actually didn't. I wasn't in the class till the end last Sunday. I don't know whether Olumide is in the whether Olumide was in the class throughout the lecture. Hello, Olumide.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Very well, sir.
All right. Where did we stop last?
Yeah, we did what's it called joint and talk about the dashboard.
So okay. We have done. Okay, we did joint. Okay.
So this will say you're going to take us to story.
So I'll take you guys what?
Storytelling.
Oh, okay. Storytelling. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yes, on the Tableau, right? So the part of
yes, on Tableau, yeah. Storytelling.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Let me see if I have. There's one list I wanted to play for us. Okay, 6 minutes. This video is 6 minutes. So storytelling. Okay, that's fine. So video I wanted to play for us, but maybe I'll just share it on the Zoom chat. Later we can come for it. We'll look at it later. All right. What we can do today? Let us use which data set have we used? So let me see any data set I can share. Okay, let's use this data. That is not open. Okay, I've shared on the chat. Check that there's one data set I shared just now, green destination.
I will see it, sir.
Yeah, okay. So I think maybe let's use that work. All right. Let me open my. You know, the one I was using before for this thing has expired, so there are some other things I will not be able to do. Okay, let's use it. Let me use this one. So we know how to import the data now, right? We know how to import data, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
So this is CSV files, right? So we'll go to text. Am I sharing my screen? Where's my? Am I sharing my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is text. Then I'll just pick the file. This is CSV. And click OK. So have we seen this now? Most times, you know,
yes,
when you
sir. We are seeing it.
You know, most time when you want to look at your data, right? It's assumed that if you have already used something like Power Query, you can use Power Query, clean that data first, isn't it? Then before you bring it at this point. But if not, that means you need to go and use that Tableau prep to build to clean up the data. However, there is this data interpreter here, right? It just interpret the data the way it understands it, clean it up the way it can understand it. You get? So you can do that. So to tell you, can you see that cleaned with data interpreter? You can go and view the results. If that's cleaned or structured anything for you, you can clean that there. Then another thing again, we mentioned that if there are two data, because this is a flat file, but if you add other sheets, you can now want to bring them together and join them here, right? Join them at this point. Another point again, we must take note of. You see, sometimes when the data is large, however, this data we have a slow, but in practice, most times when your data is very large, right? It's not advised to bring all the columns that you need. So, for example, there are certain columns that you may not need. Okay, there are certain columns that you may not need. Okay, so if there are certain columns you don't need, let's say for example, standard hours is consistent for everybody. Maybe I don't need it. I can just right click it there and just say hide. Can you see that? And to disappear. Doesn't mean that data is not there, but I'll just hide it. So when we extract it with Tableau, the load of the data will not be so heavy. Maybe like this one over 18, I can say hide. Can you see that? But again, do that again. Okay, so you can just select your data that you want to hide. Okay, then another thing you can also do to optimize it is to just say extract, right? Extract, so that it will, because when your data is very large, right? When it's very large, you notice that it can start getting slower. Okay, so you must also think about the performance of how you are going to build our dashboard. Okay, so that one we need to talk about optimization of it. Is that okay? Is this clear? Because anytime I'm introducing Tableau, especially this first page, you notice that there's something new I'm always adding to it, isn't it? I will always add something new to it, because if I start it from the first day to say everything, you forget most of them. So it's gradually, once we are used to one part, the next one again will introduce another thing again. If I should teach this one again, I'm sure there's something again I will add, right? So always remember to hide the rows, the columns that you don't need, then extract. All right, so the first thing I'll just do is to go to my sheet one. I'll go to my sheet one. So remember, it's going to break it into two parts, right? Now, you see, before you jump into the analysis, you must be clear, right? What are we trying to achieve in the first place? So let's see. What kind of data is this? What data is this? What data is this? Employee satisfaction, gender, hourly rates. All right. Now you see, what is attrition? When you say attrition, what is attrition? When you say attrition, what is attrition? Attrition. Is anyone in HR here?
Well, I think attrition in a simple man language, it simply means the rate of turnout. It's mostly being used in HR. That is the rate at which people are leaving the organization.
Yes. Which currently we term as what? Can you see that? So it means that if in an organization now, this is the trend they are noticing, isn't it? So they are noticing that what people are leaving the organization, isn't it? So you want to understand why are people leaving the organization? Can you see that? Why are people? So assuming that was the data that you are trying to now understand. So maybe from that context we can look at it. So are we clear with the concept of attrition? So just the rate at which people are leaving the organization. Okay. Rarely travel, daily read, so all the data. So that's why you see as proper data analysis, right? The moment you see data, you may sort of understand where is this data? What's the domain of this data? Because the domain of the data that will help you be able to interpret everything, and you don't need to understand how they are measured. Can you see that? That's why in practice again, whenever you see a data set, there's something called a data dictionary. Are we heard of data dictionary?
Yes, sir. We heard it from you.
From me. What is it? When you say data dictionary, what is a data dictionary?
It's like a compendium of data that that are related to a particular tool in data analytics that shows all the meaning and uses of that particular words.
Yes, exactly. So for example, I can have education here, right? Education. It will not tell me how it is measured. So it can tell you the meaning and how it has been measured. Like for example, the meaning of it and the measurements. Like attrition, it tell you meaning of attrition, how it's measured. Can you see that? So that's why most times, once you just see your data from a client, you need to first of all understand the meaning, is it not? But you see, before you have gotten to that stage now of looking at data, you must first of all be clear about the problem, isn't it? The questions you want answers. Then we'll not talk about the data. So once we get that data, we'll now need the data dictionary. Okay, so we'll be clear on what we are doing. All right, so let's try and build some certain charts what we already know how to do already. But however, I will try and introduce maybe one or two things maybe we have not necessarily looked at, but maybe just to add to what we already know. So let's say for example, I am looking at, so let's say by department. So normally you know how we just maybe we can just take departments. So we have just 3 departments. isn't it? So we have human resource, R&D, and sales. So 3 departments. So let us take, maybe let's say, this is income level, right? It's doing the sum, but if you want to check it on average, then you can simply just come here, change the measures to what? Average. Can you see that? So it tells you that on average, most people will make sales, isn't it? Now, if you remember again, because our objective is on the attrition, isn't it? On attrition. So if I know the major objective of it, every chart I do, I must bring that into context. So which means I can bring my attrition into maybe like color. Can you see that now? So in this department now, I can now see, okay, from those who have left and those who have not left. Can you see that? Yes, no. Can you see it? Yes, no. So let's say, for example, you want to change your color. Maybe you don't want this color. Maybe I want it to look. Maybe I can say those who said yes, no, give them this color. Those who said yes, give them this color. Then you can say, okay, apply. Okay. So that means that green. Okay, or let's do it that way, right? Green means, I hope you understand what we are trying to achieve here. So that when we say, so yes, no means what? So when we say attrition, yes, no. Attrition, yes means what? Attrition, yes means what?
The number of people that are leaving.
Attrition, yes means they have left, is it not? No means
They've
they are
left,
still
okay.
there. Okay, so let me swap it. So yes means they have left. No means they are still here. So let's apply it. Okay. I think you understand it like this now. So no means they are still here. So the green means they are still with us. The yes means what? They have left. Is that not it?
Yes, sir.
Then you can also, for example, that average. So if I want to bring the average, I can just come here, hold my control button. So here, maybe label. So I can now see the average. So I can now see the average. Then remember, if I want to take out, and please always hide this your cards, because remember, when we want to build our chart, we still need to go and remove it, isn't it? Your title, this title, if you want to title it, that's okay. But so maybe we can call this one what can we call it? Department by what? Monthly income. So we can make it bold, apply. If you want to centralize it, apply. Okay, good. Then I can take, maybe by, yep. Apply.
Yes.
Okay. Is there. Always remember, because we are going to use it in our dashboards, right? All those things we remove, we can just take them out. Okay. Even this one, I don't want to see it. Hide it. All right, good. Then even my numbers. So the numbers, I can come here again, format it. If you want it bold. Now this format now, right? We are going to give it what? In dollars, right? So we can put it custom, we can say standards, we can put it in dollars. Maybe let's say United States. Okay, good. Then we can make it bold. Great. Now you see, anytime you have finished the first one, you have made it, you have done everything you need to do there, is it not? Always remember, duplicate it. So let's label our sheet. So let's say department by income. Okay. So once you are done with one, just duplicate it because of the formatting. Okay, then later we can now take it out. So all these ones out because of the formatting. Do you understand that now? So once you are done with the first one, right? So just quickly, just take out that, just duplicate it. Then take out those other cells you don't want, or the other fields you don't want. Then you can start working. Is that okay? Are you clear with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Now, if I take age, for example, let's look at age. So let me put it in a table form. So also I'm just doing like a sum for me, age. Now, if I go to the original data set, where's age here? Can you see the age? Can you see the age? Look at how you see how it's measured now.
Yes.
Good.
In figure.
Now you see most times here, I put it in form of a table. So let's take, for example, let's say age. Let me take age here. Let me take education here. Now you see, because it's going to aggregate all of them for me. It's going to aggregate them for me. So let me say, you know, if it was something like Power BI I say do not count. Okay, do not count. But you notice that the age is quite large, right? So in that case, what we can do here, so if, for example, now I wanted to pick maybe age by department, let's say age by department, I can take department here, right? Maybe I can take, or don't put on the row here. Let's take the age here, the age there. Maybe I can swap it. Now you see, but this age now, I can now switch it towards, let's say, on average. I cannot take it to average. So on average, you see, there's not much difference. So this is about, so let's take it there. Hold your control button, take it to your label so you can see it there. So on average, 37, 37, 36. So you see, there's no significant difference in their average, right? So that's why sometimes, in case they are outliers, you use the median. Can you see that? You use the median just in case. But here, there's no significant difference. But again, let us now check attrition and put it here in the column. And now let's see. So on average, we now notice that what have we noticed here? What does this tell us? What do you observe here?
The yes. That is
Yes.
those that are still that are flat.
Yes.
The median. The median shows that I mean it gives a wider perspective than the average. Yes. Now we can have a 40, 30, 37 on like the average that gave us about 37 for the 3 departments.
Yes.
And also those that are left, it also the median also shows the same perspective of them. At least it is now a little bit wider than when we have the average.
Okay, that's one. But what insights do you get from this numbers now?
It shows that more people are with us than those that have left on average. That is the median age.
All right, that's one. But of the people that have left, what do we now notice?
we notice that it is increasing. I mean, it's increased. We have lesser people in human resources. We have more people in research and sales that have left compared to human resources.
Yes. Okay, that's one.
Younger
Older people are those that, yes. Yes, Chinonye says the older people are those that are still with the company, isn't it? So on average, on media, you see it's even the younger people, isn't it? That are living, right? Why these ones are on average. So at this point, we can say, oh, it could be that because of their age and in terms of maybe we can even bring in terms of the number of years they have stayed. We can even analyze by number of years they have stayed, isn't it? We can even see their marital status, right? So these are the different distance that we can do. So you see that even just the chart alone, you see that it gives us a clearer perspective. So that's why anytime you want to analyze it, once you know the objective, always use it from that perspective. So every chart you'll be using that. For example, since attrition we're interested in, so every chart you use, you must bring attrition into it to see the context. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's say department by age. Let's say by age. Let me apply. Okay. So you notice the same color that we have applied for all of them, isn't it? The same color we applied for all of them. All right. So let's create something else. So the same age, right? You know, age at this point is a measure, isn't it? Because you can take any value, okay? But you know, we can also categorize the age. We can also group the age. We can also group what the age. Maybe, for example, if you look at the data set now, if we look at the data set now, can you see how the age looks? 18 to about 60. Can you see that? So we have the age from 18 to 60 years old. Okay. We are from about 18 to 60 years old. But if you want, you can simply still categorize them. Maybe you can categorize them, let's say 18 to maybe what age now? 18 to what age? So let's say 18 to what now? Let's say maybe 18 to maybe 25. Then the other group can say from 26 to what? Maybe 35. Then another one maybe 36 to what now? 45. Okay. Let's say here we 46 to about 55. The highest was 60, right? That was the oldest person, 60. Okay. Then the last group can be 56 to what? To 60. Can you see that now? So we can now group it. And now check on each of these group age, which of them are likely to live. Okay, by age group. All right. So we can also break that down. So let's say, for example, now I want to bring my age. So you see, age at this point now, we are changing it now. This is a measure. We want to now make it a dimension. So what can we do? We can take this and drag it here, or you can just right click and say convert to dimension. Can you see it here? Convert to dimension. Can you see dimension here? So I can do that. So the easiest way is just to drag it to this point. Let me drag it to here. So it's now become a dimension. Can you see it now? So in that case, I can now click on this. Can you see create? Can you see create? We now say create group. Do we get that now? So look at it again. The age, I can just right click here and say convert to dimension, or I will drag it at this point. Now is a dimension. So I've moved it from what? A measure into what? A dimension. So next I want to do, I want to group it. So what do? I will click on this and say create. What am I creating? I want to create a group. Now you can see how all the groups look like. Okay, so let's look at all the group. So we start from what? 26 to what now? We said 26 to what? Who can remember again? We said 26, 28 to 26, right? 28 to 26. So I can click, see the first one. I'll hold my shift button. I'll click on 26. But yes, 28 to 26. So, but if I hold my control button, I can click one by one, the ones I want. Otherwise, I'll hold my shift, click the first one, hold your shift button, click the last one that you want. Click group. So can you see 18, 19, 26, and 6 more? So here I can just title it what? 18 to what? 26. Okay. And then I go to the next one now. So next one is 27 to what now? 27 to what? 27 to what now? Or maybe I would have just done it. You can just do it to 25 now, so that will be 5, 5. So let's do it 20. Let me see. Can I cancel it? So then maybe I'll just do it 5, 5. So that it will be easy for us to read it. So I'll take from 18 to 25 group. Okay, I'll say 18 to 25. Then I'll take next one, 26 to what? 26 to 35 group. So I'll say 26 to 35. Then the next one I will take from what now? 36 to 45 group. You know, we did something like this, but with if I think it was with if function. When we did for quantity, I think that was last class or 2 classes ago?
Yeah, yes, last class.
That was last class, isn't it? You can also do this, but this if you don't want to use that if function. But I've already shown you guys how to use the if function already. Yes. Maybe we'll touch if function again. Okay, so 26 to 35 here. So I'll just have to rename it towards 36 to 45. Okay, next one will be 46 to what? 55 group. 46 to 55. So I can say 46 to 55. Then the last one, I think that should be the last group now. It should not be from where now? From this to this, I'll now group. So 46, 56, I mean, it's going to be from 56 to 60. 56 to 60. Okay, so I can now apply and okay. Now, do you notice another, this thing has created now? Age group. Can you see that now? And take note, the icon has also changed. So it means if I take age group and put it here now, can you see age group now? Can you see the age group now? So that's your age group. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if, for example, I want to find, so let's see if I take attrition here, can I do a count? Okay, that is yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But what I'll do, let me take, for example, okay, I can create a measure of that. So let's say employee count, see employee count. Let me take employee count here. Maybe I can swap it so that we can see it. So this is the employee count. So let me do my employee counts to the labels. Now, all these ones now, so you see how many have left? So which group left? Which of them have left? So which age bracket left? We can always format that. So can we now know which age bracket you think have left more based on what you are saying here? Yes. Which age bracket do you think will leave more?
26 to 35.
So although in total, right? So they have, and this also answers that question we are doing the median, is it not? Can you see the median age? So it means that here we can now bring our attrition and put it here again. Now 160, yes, so 160, 45, 43, 26. This one barely left. So this way our age brackets of all of them. Okay. So this will be what? Let's say this is age group by what now? Employees. This employee. Age group by employee count. Or I think I can even swap it so that we can have. But if I want it to make it bigger, just say entire screen. Okay, good. This is age group by employee count. So we say sheet name. Age group by employee. Age group by employees. So can make it bold. Apply. Okay. Issue that. Middle. Apply. Okay. Good. This ones we could hide field labels. Good. These values here. Format it. Can we make it bold? Tableau bold. Good. All right. Maybe this one we can hide. Remove your cards. Hide your cards. All right. Good. 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 We can just make this Tableau bold. All right. Make it entire view. All right. Okay, that's right. So I'm sure this is clear now. Yeah, this is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Let's see again. What can we do again? What again can we do? Okay, let me show you some calculated fields, right? Because you see, sometimes even when we have talked about calculated fields, there are some times that we want to, let's say, for example, okay, let's say this is our age group. Age group by, okay, let's say average income. So let me switch it to a table. Can you see age group by total income? So let's give it it gets larger. Okay, that's fine. Now you notice that it will total everything here. But remember, always giving us the word sum, right? Then if I want to switch it, I can switch it here to maybe an average. Can you see that? You switch it to what? An average. Now, even at that, right? Assuming I always wanted to see the total, or I always wanted to see the average, okay? So that means that we can create a measure. We can create a what? A measure or a calculated field there to always show that level of detail that we want to see. Okay, because by default we can just create one, but because when we drag it there to give us total, then we then later have to now change it to average. But assuming I always want to see average every time, I always want to see average every time. So that means it means that we now have to what? Create our own average. Okay, we have to now create our own what? Average. Okay, and that's what they refer to as what? The level of details. Level of what? Details. So if I want to create my calculated fields, I'll just come here, calculated field. So let's say what will I call it here? Average per age group. Average per age group. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? So whenever I want to enter your level of detail, I'll use like what they call, can you see the bracket there? So I can say fixed. That fixed means I don't want it to change. Every time I want to reference it, okay? So what do I want to see? I want to see what? Age group. Is it not? I want to see the age group. So for the age group, what do I want to do? I want to calculate what? The average what now? Monthly income. Average monthly income. So you see, I open this bracket, that means I need to close the brackets there. Can you see that now? So this is how you normally would have done it. So I'll click on OK. So you now notice there something has come up there. Equal to, you see that equal to, this is what? A measure there. All right. It means it's a measure there. So at this point now, if I take my average group now, let's take my average group to where now? No. You see, like this other one we did, one was consistent. The other one, may change it to your total. But you notice that they are the same value. Do you notice that they are the same value? Let me put it in the table. Can you see that they are the same value?
Yes, sir.
Either way, it will always give you the same value. The only difference is that one, it means I have to be switching it. For example, this one, I can switch this one to, where's my measure? So this one can be sum. Can you see that one will be sum, but this one will still remain in its average. Okay, so I always want this one to always work. So that's when we have to do something like that. Okay, so if I want one particular district to always show either the average or the total, so if I wanted always the total, I'll just put sum. I'll just put sum. Now, for example, now if you want to calculate the total, that means I want to add up all the average there. I want to add up for all of them there, right? So it means that the total average is just going to be like saying an average of the average. You get average of this group, average of this group, average of this group. So I want to take the average of everything. Okay, so something like that. So if I want to take a particular average now, it means that, let's say for my average income level, so what I'll just do, I'll come here, calculated field. So let me say, let's say average income. Okay, let me say average income. So what I will do, I can just open and close that and just say fixed. So I don't want it to change. I just want that one to always be there. Then I'll say average what now? Monthly income. Average monthly income, or if we want, you can just say total average income and say okay. So we have created that. Okay, so let us see what we are creating there. So we have the average group. We have created what total average income. So let's put that. You notice now it's fixed all through. So it's just like taking the average of, so that average of everything, just take that one all through. Then there's another one we calculated. What was the one we calculated before? Average per group. Average per group. Now, can you see the difference? This is for everybody. This is for everybody. Now you can now see the difference between what the average in each group minus. So you can now see where the problem is coming from, isn't it? Which one has a more, so like this particular group, they are paid way below the what standards for the organization. Okay, so that's what stats can also do for you. So if you want to now check, oh, can I check like a variance? Do you understand? If you want to check like the income variance between what each group level, I can now create that. And now let me call it now. What can I call this one? So the difference between this and this, what can we call it? Okay, fine. Let me call it income variance. Okay, in that case now I can just do the total average. What do I call that first one? I call this total average income. So you can say the sum of what total average income minus sum of what average per age group. Click OK. So let me take this and now check. Let me see. Aha. So can you see it now? But I would have preferred where that one was. Okay, let me take this one down here. Okay, good. Maybe I'll take this one up. Hold on. Income variance, bring it here. Income variance. Let's put it in the table. Why has that guy disappeared? Income variance. Okay, let me take everything and do it again. So I'll take the group. Where's my age group? Age group. I'll add it here. I'll take the word average per age group. So I'll put it in the table. What did I create again? Average income. There's another I created total something. Total average income. So let me put it here. Put it here again. Then the variance income variance. Let me put it here again. Let me put it in the table. All right. I want to swap it. So you can see it now. This total now. Let me take. Can I take total on top? Please don't let it be. Nope. Can I drag this other one down? So can you see it now? So this is the total. This is on average, and this is now the difference for this group, for this group, for this group, for this group, for this group. So can we see how this works with your fields? Can you see how it works with your fields? For example, if I want to save, you know how we are doing attrition for each of them. So, for example, if I see the attrition there, attrition means if they have left, yes, otherwise, no, isn't it? So if I say if you have left, if your attrition is yes, then count. Otherwise, don't count. Okay? Or we can say if attrition, put 1, otherwise 0. So I can just create whatever measure that I want. Okay? I can create any measure that I want. So if the person has gone, then I can maybe count it. Otherwise, let it go. Then in that case, I can still create another one. Maybe I can call it what? Attrition. Let's say attrition count. Attrition count. Okay. So I can say if, you know how we do it now, if scenario 1 happens, then if true, then the answer, else answer 2, then ends, isn't it? So here will be what? If what? Attrition. If attrition is what? Equals to yes, isn't it? Then what will happen? Then what? Then employee count. Then show me the employee count. Else 0 ends. I hope no error there. Okay, this is okay. If attrition is yes, then show me the employee count. Else 0. So I'll say okay. Let me, if I see add attrition count here, will it show me? Can you see now the count? So for each one now, you see each group now numbers if you want. Okay. Now, because you see, for example, why is this important? Because if I was to calculate the attrition rate, how will I calculate attrition rate? Attrition rate, what will it be? It will be what? Number who have left. It's not employees who have left. It will be employees who have left.
Divided by total number of employees.
Yes, by total number of employees. Isn't it? By total number of employees. We know the total number of employees. This will now be the sum of the employees, not. Why this one will now be the ones who have left? That's the attrition count. So this one means 44 left, 116 left. You get that? So in that case, we can now get the attrition rate. Okay. So if I'm to create an attrition rate, then it will be what? Attrition rate. So attrition rate will now be what? So I'll first get the I can say sum of what? Attrition count divided by what? The sum of what? Employee count. So let's say okay. Let's see what this one will give us. So let's put that there. The values there. Let me see. What is it showing? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Attrition count supposed to give us a percentage. Okay, let me check. Let's check our formats. Okay, can you see that now? You know, because it's a percentage and I formatted that as whole. So if it's supposed to be whole number, it will not show anything there. So you can see them now. So it means that I can switch it to percentage. So let me see, can I switch it to percentage? Percentage. Let's see numbers. Can you see percentage? Beautiful. No, not that one. Not that one. Attrition rates. Attrition rates. Format. Attrition rates. So I'll put percentage. 1, 2. Okay, let's just do it like this. Okay, good. So have you seen what we have done now? So we can now calculate the what? Attrition rates. Okay. So we can now say the attrition rate for the age between 36 and 18 and 25 is 36%. of the one who are living between the age of 26 and is 19%. Okay. That be the total of that will give us about what? This will give us about what? 45%.
That's 45%.
Okay, so that means of the people who have left, majority are within what? This.
It will give us 55%.
55.
Yes.
55, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is 4. So this is 55, you know. So more than half of the people who are left are within this age. Right? Are within this age. Isn't it? Now, which means that of these people who are living now, so we have now found out the age bracket in which they live, is it not? So as a HR person, now what do we think we can do? If we know that this is the age bracket people are living, so what can we do?
Well, let them have some incentive that will make them to stay, because I mean, basically people will compare the advantage of living to the cost of staying. So if they have some incentives and something that they are looking up to for staying, that will likely incentivize them in staying. So that's part of what can be done.
Okay. And that's why you see somebody who is in HR, the way he will analyze it, because of his experience with it, with his domain expertise, you know, the way he'll be analyzing will be way different from somebody who just understand data analytics and come and analyze it. Do you get? So we can identify all these, give you what we think we can do. But somebody with HR and analytics skills, the way he can now start analyzing it will be way more advanced. So that's why we see that now we are now seeing that we now need what people with what analytics skills with specialized domains. Okay, rather than just bringing one person as a data analyst, we now need somebody who has special skills in what analytics with what HR domain. So that's why when you see you are combining the two fields, HR and analytics, they'll call it what? HR analytics. And that's why if you see recommendations, if you see the job description now, check everything by HR. You see skills with what? Analytics. You need to understand Excel. You need to understand SQL, a visualization tool. And before it was never like this. Maybe past 5 years, 6, maybe 5 years, you may not see people, they'll be asking, because this role was never quantitative itself, isn't it? We just say, I want to study HR, at least it's not mathematical. But gradually, you're now seeing that it's a bit more mathematical and more quantitative. Okay, so this kind of analytics you can do with this. So that's why you need that your what? Why you need to learn those calculated fields to try to create the insight, because normally you may not always be able to get it this way from your chart. So you can now create your own. So if from theory or from literature you have seen one way of creating set another variable, you can easily incorporate it and build that measure inside your analysis. Okay. All right. I'm sure this is clear now, isn't it? This was our calculated.
Yes, it is.
Fields, yes. But though there's no visual, but let me just take. All right. So let's say, for example, I can take my age group. Because just as we are doing, just be thinking about your own field. How can I be applying these things to it? Okay. Okay, let's say age group and what now? Let's say average per group. Average per group, okay. If you want to swap it, you can swap that, okay. You can make it entire view, good. I can remove my formats, okay. You can always hide this guy out. Don't need that. If I want to label this, I call this one now. I call this one now. Then another thing again, let me bring in my, sorry, let me format this. Okay, good. Then let me bring my attrition and put it here. Great. Then I can bring my values to labels. Aha. Now what is happening here now? What I take here twice? What is it doing here? Why is it showing me twice? Like it's duplicating it. Okay, let me. This is the average. Where is that my count? Let me take count and put it here. Aha, good, 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 good. So it's just to show you that I calculated it correctly. Is it not? It will not calculate for this one. Oh, you know what I would have done there? You know when I created it there, where's my measure? Attrition count. Edit. Else. You know, instead of me putting 0 there, let me say else. Let me leave it blank. Will that one work for us? No. Else. Else. No. You know what I want to do? I want to make it blank. Do you get? Let me see. Else. Can we say blank? Is it like blank? No. Empty. No. Else. Call it what now? Else. Okay, let's say else what now? See if I put a square brackets. They still give error. Okay, now let me leave it like this. Yes. Let me cancel. Let me cancel. I want to see if there's a way I would have put it blank there. Do you get so that it will not show anything here? That will only count this one for me. All right, but let's continue. Okay, so here, so this one we can call it what? Age group by attrition. So we can make it bold, apply. Okay, this guy, I can take this guy out. All right, good. Always take out your cards. I hope I remove all the cards. I was remove all the cards. Okay, there's nothing there. Card removed, card removed, card removed. Okay, that's fine. So here again, I'll call it age group by attrition. All right. What did that thing? Okay, I think that's basically it we can do. Maybe I can just show for our. Maybe I can just show how to do cards. Maybe let's do some cards so that we can just read through them. Okay, another thing again we can also do. For example, you see this chart. Let me see where. Okay, maybe I'll just do it again. So rather than remember, instead of me creating new one, instead what you do, it is better you want duplicate so that your formatting will remain. Okay, then I can now take out all these guys out, but all your formatting will remain. All right, so yeah, let's take for example, where's my age group? So I'll take my age group. So age group by what? Let's say average what per group. No, you know there's a place where we calculated the variance. Where's that variance calculated? Income variance. Okay, income variance. So let's start it. Now, can you see what has happened? It has shown for what? The variance of each of them. Okay. Then in this case now, this lower part, see we have the two parts. So we have the upper and lower. So for this upper one, we want it to be, so this income variance now, maybe we can make it, okay, let me say color. I'll make it red. Then this one, can we make it gray? So this variance now is showing you what the difference. Okay, so you see you can now turn it and work. Then I can take out this guy. Show header, I don't want header. So what I can call this one now is age group by income variance. I can apply OK. Let's make a middle, apply OK. All right, good. Then if you want to, you can, let me drop it by here. Okay, no, let me take it here, drop it on my labels here. Good. Okay. All right, so I think that's fine. Let's say by income variance. Income variance. All right, I think that's fine there. I hope it's clear now.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Income variance. Okay, that's fine. Then another thing again, you see, for example, what we can do. Where's our, okay, let me see. Our income, let's say monthly income. You know, for example, when you see your monthly income, you see it has totaled it for you, right? You know, based on this, it can give you two options. Either I can use this chart or I can do what, a histogram. Can you see the histogram? You know, the same way you were grouping, you can also group with your histogram. Okay, you can also group with what? Your histogram. So under my histogram now, what we can now do, you see where you have your, what do you call it now? Let me see how we can group this guy. Bin. Okay, let's leave bin. So let's say this count. That's already the count. Let me see. This monthly income. Where is the monthly income? Here. Aha. There's somewhere they call. Let me see. Group by beans. Create beans. Can you see that? Create beans. But you know, because this one is too large, right? So maybe I can take it, maybe average income was what? What was the average income? Our average income was what? Okay, let me say create beans. So let me say by, let's say 2,000. Okay, so let me take my average income again. Sorry. Let me do it again. Average what? Average group. We have average group will not show everything. Let me just use the average income again. Average group is, so let's leave it that way. Yep. Let me even take it here. But let me do a count. If it doesn't work that way, then let me just put it this way. Let me put it this way. Okay, big. So it has created one before for me. Delete. I don't know why it's not breaking it down for me. No. It's also now breaking down for me further. Let me see. Create no income, monthly income, yes. Create bids. I don't need that. Delete. I don't know why it's not working. You're supposed to create the bin, right? You're supposed to group it and further break it down into, because instead of making it so large, right? So you're supposed to have broken it down. Then from there, it will now create the bins into a smaller group. Should not create the bins into what? A smaller group. I don't know why it's not picking it for me that way. I don't know why it's not picking it for me. Change bin size. Well, let me see. Create. It's from here. I'm supposed to have changed it to bin size. Let me delete this one again. Check. Income level. Income level. Monthly income. Create bins. Let's see. Bin. So let me break it. Maybe 2,000. Okay, okay, let me see if I drop this guy. What if I take bin? Then let me take monthly income. No, it didn't break it again the way I want it. Monthly income, bin size. Wait, or is this one smaller than the first one with? Or is it the same size? No, it's still the same size. What else? I shall let this one not stress me, but I want to show how it's supposed to break it down. Let me take on the new sheet and check where the problem is coming from. Bin size. Look at that, it has created it now. Can you see that? It's in a bin of 2. Can you see that? Now let me take the income and put it here. Then let me swap it. Aha, this should be it now. Can you see it now? See what we have originally now. This is it now. It worked. But I don't know why it was not picking it. Let me see why it was not picking it here. Why was it not picking it? I don't know, it wasn't picking it, but here it worked now. It worked at this point. It worked at this point. But let me check again. Okay, but you see the difference now is that it now gave a gap of 2, 2, but I wanted it to show it like a histogram. Because you know histogram, there's usually no space in histogram. But this one I plotted it as bar charts, as column charts. But it's supposed to be something like this, but as a histogram. But it worked to, it's supposed to be like, I see there's no space. I see there's no space in between. There's not supposed to be space in between there. But it will break. But if you want to break it like that, that's how you create beads. Okay, create the beads. Anyway, let me take this one out since this one is not. So let me just put this one as histogram. Then if you were to format again, take out your grid lines. Okay, no card there. I should take this guy out. Header. Can take this guy out. This one will be what? Aha, good. So why you have done that again? Remember, always take by attrition. Good. Take it out. Card height. You can make it entire screen so you can see it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now another thing again we can also do. For example, what if you want to check? Let me see. What do we have? Can you see years at work? Your experience level. So those who are experienced, are they likely to leave? Where's our group? Age. So let's say age group. Age group by years of experience. But this year of experience, you know, it's doing the and it's adding it up for you. So let's say on average, right? So on average, people within this age group stay between 2 years, between 5 years. Aha, can you see that now? Do you understand what this has done now? So it's checking on average the years of experience. That's the number of years that they stay. Right? So if we define that years of experience, how long you have stayed, so it still shows that this group, they don't stay too long. Isn't it? They don't stay too long. But however, if you want to make, for example, this particular one now, this years of experience, just like the previous one, I showed you how you can also convert it into a dimension. What is years of experience? So this years at company. Can I see that years at company? Years at company. So this one's on average 2 years. So let me take that guy out. Yes. All right, let me take all of them out and let me do that one again. So let me take that years of experience, right? So years at company. Years at company. So that's the total. But if I want to now make it, so let me just convert it to a dimension. Convert to dimension. So I've made it a dimension now. So since it's a dimension, so if I take it to this place now, can you see that it will just break each of them? So you see somebody has stayed here between 0 and what? 40 years. Can you see that? Somebody has stayed there between 0 and what? 40 what? Years. So the same way, I can also, but in this case now, I will not be able to make it what? Like a histogram, right? I will not be able to make it like a histogram. But I can do a count, right? I can do a count. Let me take it here. I can do a, let me take it at this point. Let me do a count for it. So let's say employees at work. Okay, employee count. Okay, let me put employee count here. All right, good. So this is the distributions. So this is distribution. So 5 years. So 5 years most times. This the next one is 1 year. So you see between these ones are the ones that less than, these are just some few months. Okay. So this is there. But if you want to further break it again, then I can just take the attrition again to now check of that group. So maybe I can just make it entire screen so we can also see that. Then maybe we can take that to the label. But you see, because this, can you see the way the label is looking? Because data is so bold. So what we can also do, let me see on your label. Now, can you see on your label? Can you see where you see alignment? Can you see how we can switch this one? Can you see it? So we can put it in this structure. So sometimes you can also do that. You can also apply that. All right, good. So height, don't show height.
Sir,
Hello? Yeah?
please can we see how you did that alignment again to turn the data, the numbers sideways?
To turn it. Okay, to turn it. Okay. So you know, first of all, I took this one, hold your control button, drag it here on labels. So your data came up like this.
Yes.
Is it not? So I'll click on label. I'll click on label. Can you see alignments?
Yes.
So can you see it here? Normal.
Okay.
So up. I'll not switch it here.
Okay.
Can you see that? I'll not switch it there. So that's it there now. Add the alignments. Let's take that guy out. So let's make it entire view. Take this, sorry. Add reference line. So if in case I wanted to add like the line, the average line, can you see the average? I think we did something like this last time, have we?
Yes, you should know that one before.
Well, now set the average, right?
Mm.
All right, good. So I can take this guy out. Don't show headers. This one, take that height. What do I call this one? Anyway, let me leave this one. Okay, let me just call it what now. I'll call this one what? Years of experience by attrition. Maybe I can make it a bit bold. Apply. This too big now. Let's use this 15th. Apply. Okay. No, go to the big group. Apply. Okay. Okay. This experience by attrition. Okay, maybe I'll do. Let me just do like 1 or 2 cards so that we can go to the storytelling part of it. So if I was to do the cards, right? So for a card, what I can do there, which one have we done? Which one can we do for cards? Okay, there are some things we have calculated already. So let's say, for example, okay, attrition count. So this is like total number that have left, isn't it? The total number of left. So I can come here to text. So if I was to make it like a card, okay, first let me first of all make it entire view. So I want it to move somewhere here. So I'll just click on text. I'll click on this drop down. So what do I call this now? What do I call this now?
Attrition card.
Yeah?
Like attrition card.
Yes, this one was attrition count, right? Attrition. So this one will be attrition count. Okay, attrition count.
Like card, no. You want to make
There's a card. That one we can put it on the sheet as a card, but I'm trying to see a name that we can, because this is going to appear on our dashboard now. So let's say attrition. Let's just call it attrition. So let me make it bold. Let's increase it. But let me reduce this one to about maybe 15. So let me apply. Okay. But I need it to go to the middle alignment. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it now. So this is going to be what? Attrition card. Yeah, attrition cards. So again, remember, just duplicate. So here now, I want to change it to, let's say, maybe drop this one now. Attrition rates. Attrition rate. But this attrition rate now, let's make it bigger. Let's say maybe like 24. So let me call it attrition rates. So maybe I can make this one smaller, 15, make it bold, apply, okay. But this one now, I need to change it to percentage. Okay, to percentage, I will have to format it here. Okay, percentage 16%. All right, good. So attrition rate 16%. So this will be called attrition rates. Attrition rates. All right. So once we have got that, I think that's fine. Once we have got that, I think that's okay. Let's say, for example, how many employees do we have here? Let me duplicate again. No, in this case, let me duplicate this one. Attrition card. Okay, here. So let me take employee count and let's see. So we have about 1,000 what? So let's quickly make that about, let me just say, number of employees. So let's make it bold, make it to 24, make this about what now? 15, apply, okay, good. So we have about, so this number of employees. So we have, okay, so this one will say, let me just say left. Attrition, okay. Okay, let's leave that attrition, number of employees, this. Okay. I think that's all right. What again can we do? Okay, even look at this now, Even look at this, there. Let me create one more. Duplicate. So let me drop this one. Let me take. Okay, let's take job satisfaction. But this total. So I will now have to now take an average. So this is about 2 points. 2 points. 2.7. What does that 2.7? What does that tell you for an organization in terms of job satisfaction? For job satisfaction, what does that say? It's not percentage. Standard, custom. So okay, good. So 2.7. So for an organization, 2.7. What does that say? Job satisfaction. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Bold. Everything bold is bold. Apply. Okay. So job satisfaction was 2.7. Is that good? Okay, 16%. All right, let's assume that we are done with all our visuals, isn't it? So once we are done with all the visuals now, so the next thing is to start our dashboard, isn't it? So once we are done with that, here's our dashboard. So this should be our dashboard. Good. So these are dashboard, okay? So most times, once you want to start your dashboard, so remember, first of all, you have the questions that will guide you on what you are trying to do already, okay? But you see again, before we even start, we need to first of all configure. Maybe you can just set it so that maybe it can be large enough. So maybe most times the best setting will be about maybe 900. I think this is okay. Just to set it, right? Then before, what I showed you guys was just drag and drop. I showed you how to just drag it, isn't it? Drag it, then you can make it floating, or you can switch it here. It will be floating. You can switch it there and it will be floating. Can you see that it will be floating? Then you can arrange it the way you want to arrange it. Okay. So remember what we said, all these things we always have to try to remove them. So that's why you see, to avoid any problem, just make sure you clean it. As you are doing it, you just clean them up. So you will not be having issues. Which ones? Can take this guy out. All right, dashboard. Okay. So let's take that. So let's say you want this. So maybe, for example, I can create. So maybe I want my text. So everything is floating at this point. But you can also. Did I show you guys how to use containers? You can have containers here. Okay, so the containers is that, so it's like where I want the chart to be. So if I want the chart to be here, then I can now drag it inside here. Can you see that? So
The
inside here,
the container, is it the blank?
it's still blank, but it's where it's going to be sitting. It's where it's going to be sitting. It's not the, no, you have it two ways. So it means, how do I want the chart to appear? So can you see that either side by side or on top? That's what it usually does for you, either side by side or on top. So you can actually use containers. So can you see? So if I drag containers here, so hold down shift to drop the floating container. So hold down shift. Can you see that it will not be everywhere there? Then I can now drag whatever chart I want and put inside there. So you can edit that, then you can take this. You see now it's going to take all over the place. So those are containers, but what you can just do, you can just switch it to floating, then just drag, and you can be working with it. Okay. So we have, so for example, I can bring in my pictures, let's say image. I can bring an image. So I'll drag my image here, choose, let me see. Let's see, okay, let me use this logo here. So that will look clean. It can look clean. All right, so we can bring our title. So text will now come here. Text. So what do we call this title? Oh, we title this now. What are we going to title this now? Yes? Bold. What can we title it?
Income.
Huh? Okay, we will just say Jackpot Analytics. Right? You just put whatever title you have there, you put it there. Then if you have to give it a color, give it a color, so give it a particular color and say okay. All right, good. So let's say this is the title you want to title it. So let's put it somewhere there. Then let's say, for example, we have our cards. Those cards now, we can bring those cards and put them where now. This should be a card, right? Height. Thank you. So we can bring our okay. This is fine. Attrition. Number of employees. Attrition rate 2. You know. Now you can go. So we have number of employees there. So this I type 2. Okay. So we have what now? So this one shows that what we have what 100 and what? So we had 100 and 1000 and what?
1,470 number of employees.
So how many have left?
237.
237, which represents what?
16%.
Can you see how? So those your cards gives you context. So those cards give you what? Context. You know, when we're editing, we would have just made this attrition, all those things, we have just made them smaller. Can you see that? We just made them smaller. So you see, because this one, let me see formats. No. Where do we edit this one now? You know what I've done? Would have made this one. Okay, let's just finish the other parts now. Now there's something you can do to align them. Okay, let me just take them out. Okay, so we have age by okay. It can fit. Okay, that's fine. No. By age group. They don't already give the same information that I have there, so let me take that guy out. Let me see what again. Variance. Good. Variance in input level. Oh, I think where's my job? I don't have job satisfaction. So that's a very important KPI we need to also. So let's say, for example, I will. Okay, I can put them by the side here. So I can do that, yeah. I can do that. I can take this to the side here. Okay. I'll take this to the side. Yes. That's good. Of that, it represents that the food satisfaction level is about this. Okay, good. Alternatively, no, we would have also have done. I think we can fill it the cards here too. Okay, I didn't bring filters, right? We didn't put filters. If we have brought filters, we would have put the filters on top there. Okay, anyway, let's just pretend that that's what we are trying to show there. So let us take that. Let's take that. Let's take that. So always remember now that whenever you are building your individual charts, have at the back of your mind how you are going it's going to appear on your dashboard. So you see why all those this were making it large, because it was appearing on that chart. On each of the charts, it was making sense, but in the overall dashboard, it's too large. These texts, they are too large, so we have reduced the text a bit. So maybe I'll just take one more so that which other one again? Experienced by whatever. It's too large. Let me take one more. Okay, let me see. Okay. Let me take this one. All right, so let me just take this one here. Good. Okay, good. Let's assume now you have all these other ones would have had your filters on top somewhere here, right? They have had your filters on top somewhere. Okay. So you see, first of all, you must have first of all prepared your dashboard, isn't it? Now, once you have prepared the dashboard, because what you are going to notice is that for us, for managers, most times, right? If as human beings generally, it's faster for you to what? Read your visuals. So that's why they tell you that on average, it takes you about 13 milliseconds to process an image, right? Which is about 60 times faster to process a text. Okay, so that's why most time for most managers, anytime you want to present anything for them, put it in form of what? A visual. Because they understand 80%, they can understand 80% of what they see. Okay, so people can retain 80% of what they see and only retain about 20% of what they read. Okay, so that's why what they see is more important. Okay, so once you have done that, so the next part now is the story. Can you see this part? You see the last one, new story. New story. Okay, so in this first thing, you know you would have done if you had maybe like an image. Let me see this. Any image. Is there an image I would have brought in here? Show
Hello, sir.
title. Yes.
What you just going back to what you just said that people process images faster.
Yes.
So, like by images, we're talking about like this charts now. Right?
Like that chart or whatever you want to do.
Not necessarily a picture.
If it's in a picture form, makes more sense. So, for example, if I wanted to, I'm trying to see where my images are here. Okay, under your story, okay. So let's say, for example, this first part will be like an overview. This first part will be like maybe an overview. You can have like an overview. Let's say overview. Only I don't have any pictures here that I could have used. Okay, what if I, so you see from everything I had done there, I can put it here. Now, what is this saying to us? So this is what did we title this as? This was what?
Department by income.
Okay, department by income. So you now do another one, blank. Can you see that? So the next one will now be what? In our dashboard, what did we have? So we have maybe age group by whatever. So I'll go to the next one. Let's say department by age. Department by age. I will drag it here. I'll go to the next one, blank. Maybe the next one is going to be what? Age by attrition. Age by attrition. Okay. Age by attrition. Good. Now you see all these things we are doing. Maybe I have it. Let me see if I have a text. Maybe I think I can have a text. Okay, maybe the text I have something. Maybe I can have something like this. Maybe I have a text. Can I insert? Okay, let's say okay. Now you see, this is the, maybe where do I have the first one? Let me take this guy out first. Let me go to that first page. Maybe I say blank. So this one, maybe this one can be like overview. Then maybe I will add that this thing here. Okay, overview. Now all these are all text, right? Okay, I'm not looking for where I can put my, let me see, dashboard stories, export image. Let me see if I can import. There's a place where, okay, let me see layout. There's a place where you can bring in your images. So the point is that you can put an image. So let me see here. No floating order. No, not floating order. There's a place you can put in your image. So I'm just trying to check where you can get in that image. Let me see where it is. Dashboard. Let me see. This is the dashboard, but on my story, there's a dashboard I want to put. Let me see if I have any picture I can print first. Okay, let me save this image. Let's see. So let me see where I can drag this image now. I'm sure this will be somewhere, but maybe right click. Image. Another thing for this one, let me so that it doesn't become too white. Make it about 1005. Let's say 780. Good. So we can read that. Custom. No. Try to see, I forgot where to bring in the image. So normally when you bring the image will be somewhere, it can be somewhere here. Then your chart will be, so once you are clicking now, you are explaining, can you see that? Remember all those, the dashboard we had done here. So you see this dashboard, if I want to present it now, can you see presentation view? I'll put it here, this presentation view, right? But when you are presenting it now, what you can now do, can you see this one now? Overview. There'll be like a huge thing that will be here. They'll be going story by story. So that's the story page. So you'll be explaining what you are doing at this point. Can you see that? You'll be explaining what has happened at this stage. You'll be explaining what has happened at this stage. Can you see that? So you'll be going at each stage. So that's the story form that you normally do. So after you are done with that, you can now share. Can you see where you see share? Can you see share?
Yes.
If it's for the other versions, they will have server here, but this is an older version I'm using. So I think that's maybe why the difference. That one I was using before, the newer one, that one has expired. That one has expired. But these newer ones now, the older one I was using has expired. So that's why I can't remember for these older ones. For this older one, let me see again. Layout. Wait, image. Sorry, can you see image here? Let me see if I can bring. Let me see this image. If I can put image here, it's gonna show on. Will it allow me to drag it? It will not allow me to drag it. It will not allow me to drag it. Okay, now if I see it again, but so if I want to now publish it to the web, if I want to publish to the web, can you see here? I'll now say share workbook with others. Can you see that? Now, if you don't have your own, you can come here. Can you see create sites?
Yes.
Can you see create sites?
Yes.
If you don't have your own, you create the sites here. I will now take you online where you are going to now do yours. Okay. Otherwise, once you have your own, just say connect. Then to be taking you to the sites. They enter your user, they enter. So we must have first of all created it first. You must have first of all created it. I hope my own, I can still remember my password. You first create it. While you're creating it, has it logged? So you now type whatever. Maybe I can just say Jackpot Analytics. And now can you see publish now? I will now publish it. Then I can now publish it to the web. So it will now take you online. It will now take you online to where you are going to now see where it is. So can you see it now? You see everything that we have done now. So this is the dashboard. Can you see dashboard now? It has now been published online. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
So that's how you normally would do it. But take note, so this thing is still trial. Oh. It's still trial. So once you do it, it's not like Power BI. Power BI is free. But Tableau, you pay for it. They will just give you that their trial of 14 days. So beyond that, you will go. So if you want to share with others, you can now, can you see the link now? You can now copy the link and now share with other people. They can now view it. So that's just basically it. All right, I hope this is clear now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, good. So it's just for you to practice. Now it's time to work with projects, working with projects. Because so far, what we have been able to do is to cover most of the tools, right? Because if you have been consistent with us from beginning to now, you must have been conversant with Excel, SQL, Power BI, is it not? R, Python, Tableau. Okay, so what is left for you now is to now build projects around all these tools, and that's why you see any job opening as a data analyst, you can apply for it easily. But you need to build projects. Okay, we need to build what projects. All right, so we'll try and start building what projects. All right, so we can continue this conversation on the charts. I need to go to get into another class now.
All right.
All right,
Thank you
sir.
very much, sir.
All right, guys,
Thank you,
take
sir.
care.
Appreciate you, sir.
Bye-bye,
Yeah,
sir.
take care. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, sir.